All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Tuesday, April 2nd. It is set by Yank. I don't recognize that name. Is that a new setter? Let's see what Yank has in store for us after yesterday's fun and games. Fall of Assassin, that's central to Ides. The Ides is the 15th, right? Could it be 15? But I think it's going to be could be that is, i.e., and it's put inside something. Now I'm having trouble deciphering that. Casper travels a long way. I think Casper, the name, is spelt A-R, right? I'm thinking it's going to be an anagram of Casper. The letters travel around, and it's going to mean a long way. Let me pause and see if I can work that anagram out. Nothing is coming to me immediately. Sparse with a C? No, I don't think so. Well, there's a scrape and spacer, pacers, but I also saw parsec, which I think is, certainly I know from science fiction, is a distance in space. So I think that's right. Let's look at those downs. Insane, psychopath arose, were chemists seen. So I wonder if it could be an anagram of psychopath arose. Let's see, that's 15 letters. Yeah, we need 15. And it's going to be where a chemist is seen. Oh my goodness. Let me pause and work that one out on paper. Well, I saw we might have shop, and then looking at the remaining letters, I worked out carry. No, is that right? I thought I had it. Maybe apothecary's shop. Do we have two S's? We do, so that must be it. Well, we'll find out soon enough with the crossing letters. Stinking, initials BO illicit, sound of disapproval. I'm thinking it's going to be an anagram of initials BO. And that's going to be stinking or anagrammed. And sound of disapproval. Ay, ay, ay. Beginning with that S. Where does the B go? Oh, I was wondering about sibilance. Sibilance. No, I'm going to. Well, let me use the anagram helper so you can see what I'm doing here. Initials BO. Yeah, I'm not. Sound of disapproval. Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to end in ATION. Let me pause and see what that would leave over. Well, yeah, it is sibilation. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Utterance with a hissing sound. Obviously from the same root as sibilance, just another form of it. Sibilation, my goodness. All right, a queen, in quotes, may do this with snappy ornamentation. Ooh. Not sure. Crown something. Crabs. Snappy. No, I'm not saying that. Let's try you're awful, you're terrible, stupid, mistake. So I think it's some term for abuse. I keep thinking of Dick Emery, oh, you are awful, but I don't think it's anything to do with that. A stupid mistake then might also be something like boo. Oh, maybe a boo boo. So I think the first you're awful is like a saying boo, and then you're terrible is another boo. And so a stupid mistake could be a boo boo. Yeah, so maybe 8 down is crown, snappy ornamentation. No, I'm not seeing it. But a queen in quotes, I wonder if it could be a queen bee? No. A singing brother by hotel, drowning in expenses in fancy area. Oh, I'm wondering if it could be fancy area and it's something something halls, the marbled halls, something like that. Is that what they call it, being in a fancy place? Something halls. Now, what's a singing brother? Is that going to be Don or Phil Everly, one of the Bee Gees? Hotel, I think, is just going to be the H here. Drowning in expenses, so that could be inside a word for expenses. No, I'm not seeing it. Let's go back to 9. Dance nut beginning to dance a dance without an introduction. Well, a dance without an introduction could be just ANCE. Dancing could also be an anagram indicator. Oh, I'm wondering if dance nut could be an anagram of that, beginning with on something without an introduction, on untrested, on toward, or beginning to dance a dance. No, not seeing it. Let's go back and look at the downs I missed. Hit hard and take into custody. I presume it's just a double definition. I can only think of take into custody nick, but that doesn't mean hit hard. There's some slang term for getting arrested. Nope. Founder of NSYNC. Was the group NSYNC spelt or in that way with all caps? Anyway, vocalized. So a homophone. After Justin finally left. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not sure where to go with that. I'm just wondering if NSYNC vocalized seems to begin with an I, so maybe the founder of it vocalized as an I. But then after Justin finally left. Justin finally is an N. Oh, oh, another long one. Around start of G7, America seceded. Nonsense, BS, and more. Oh my goodness, yeah, I'm gonna need some letters for that. Animal on which Darwin rode starting out. Okay, no idea what that is. It's a good one though. All right, how about revolutionary diarist with peak wine? Well, the C rules out a few things. A diarist could be Samuel Pepys, but not with that C. And then revolutionary could also indicate an anagram, but none of the remaining words have a C in it. Oh, but I'm thinking it's going to be a wine because I'm thinking it might end in something blanc. Revolutionary, diarist. Well, of course, a peak could be Mont Blanc. Well, yeah, Yeah, I'm not sure how it starts. So it's not Sauvignon Blanc. What other Blanc wines are there? Not seeing it. I'll come back to that one. Besmirch, Quisling in retreat. Okay, so that T is helpful. A word for a traitor, a short one, backwards. So rat comes to mind. And backwards, it's tar. To tar somebody's reputation is to besmirch them. All right, Barry heroin, stripped off, showing rear. Well, the only J.M. Barrie work I know is Peter Pan, and the heroine would be Tinker Bell or Wendy. Oh, and if you take the outer letters of Wendy away, you're left with end or rear. Marie's singing brother, Mel, in wild brawls. Well, here it helps to remember the 70s, and Marie Osmond had, of course, the most famous of the Osmonds was Donnie, and Mel Brooks and Donnie Brooks are wild fights. In the Dallas Morning News once, a letter writer referred to the Donnybrooks going on at City Hall. And for some reason, I had it in mind that I was trying to get letters published in different newspapers. So I wrote in, pretending to be very offended as an Irishman, that this term Donnybrook, named after the Donnybrook Fair, was being used for any kind of riotous behavior. And I ended by saying that I am Irish and I have not been in a drunken brawl for many months now. Anyway, the person who wrote the original letter took me seriously, and the newspaper contacted me to say the person wanted to pass on their apology. I felt very bad when I saw that. I was just having a bit of fun. Anyway, a little bit of story time. That's enough about that one. All right, rap sheet torn apart with glee in terse language. Well, it certainly sounds like an anagram of rap sheet glee. And it's going to be terse language. So I'm thinking something ease, maybe like legalese. But I'm not seeing it. What would terse? Something for terse language. No, let's wait and get some more letters for that one. Pick up one teacher. Well, pick up can indicate a homophone. I don't think that's the case here. I think either the definition is pick up, and so it's going to be I for one, followed by a 5-letter term for a teacher, or it's going to be a word for pick up, followed by an I, and that is going to be a teacher. But neither one is coming to me, so let's carry on. Later, he's, so that's a total of 8 letters, active, close to outskirts of Whitehall. Well, I could be wrong because close to outskirts could be indicating the S, but I think later we do have an H. What, I presume that's Whitehall in London. No, I'm not seeing any likely anagrams. I'm thinking it's going to be a T or an H, sorry, a T or an S before the H. But nothing is coming to me. All right, how about tip reduced by 1/3? Crikey. So it's 6 letters. I wonder if it's going to be a 9-letter word for tip. And when you take off 3 letters, you get something meaning crikey. What is a tip? Emolument or a... Oh, there's some fancy word, all right, for a tip. Anyway, let's try this one. Oh, that P might be helpful. Great position, any way you look at it. So I'm thinking it's a palindrome. Top spot would be a great position. And it's the same in both directions. All right, let's try stick together with fool. Is it a double definition? Stick together. It also means fool. Is that a noun or a verb? Clot. Oh, yeah. To clot. Yeah, something clots, it sticks together. Now this ends. Ooh. The L comes at the end. Ah. Yeah, I'm not sure. Something. Yeah, eel. No, still not seeing it. Let's try bears shown up in circus apparatus. Ooh, so I think it might be a hidden clue backwards. But coming backwards from the first P, we have PASU. Oh, sorry, USAP, no. So we have to end in P. Bears shown up in. So then Arab, no, but the circus has to be part of it. Bears shown. Maybe it is a bear that's backwards and it means some circus apparatus. Well, the big top, or is it something the acrobats use? Oh, there's the whip, maybe, that the lion tamer would use. I don't think that's it. No, I'm not saying that. Theft of cuckoo shite. So cuckoo means mad, so it's an anagram of shite, and it's a heist. Oh, so it's not an anagram of later he's. Ah, so but maybe it is partially active close to, maybe it means later. Now I'm going to have to come back to that. Prohibition on headgear for foul. Well, a prohibition would be a ban, and on some headgear, and it's going to give us foul. Oh, a bantam and a tam is a Scottish hat, tam o'shanter. All right, freed in error. Pierce is a spewer of venom. Well, I think freed in is going to be anagram, but that just gives us 7 letters, and we need 3 more, maybe for a short word for pierce at the end. And it's a spewer of venom. Something do. Oh no, it could be DE if it is starting with an anagram of freed in. Spewer of venom. Jeu de esprit. Jeu d'esprit. Spewer of venom could be a satirist. No, I'm not saying that at all. Now, Yank, who of course we have to remember is the setter, engrossed by clue for bloodhound, sits nervously for investigators. Okay, I think it's going to mean investigators. Yank is going to be I or me. Engrossed by a clue for bloodhound would be a scent. And if we put an I inside of that, oh yeah, and then an anagram of sits, we get scientists, who I suppose are investigators in a way. Oh, so now our wine revolutionary could be Che Guevara. Diarist, then in 3 letters. Yeah, let me look up my wines and see what white wines there are. There is one called Chenin or Chenin Blanc from the Loire Valley, also grown in South Africa. Very fruity wine. Okay, never heard of it. But Che is the revolutionary, I think. Who is the diarist? Nin. That I'm going to have to look at 15 squared to see what that means. I mean, it is the same backwards and forwards, but diarist, N-I-N, no. And then I think peak is Blanc, Mont Blanc. All right. Now my rap sheet torn apart with glee. Let's use the anagram helper, since we have quite a few letters. And it's going to be terse language. Yeah, I do think it is. Oh, telegraph ease. I think I have heard that because in the days of the telegraph, you had to word everything very carefully to have as few words as possible since you paid by the word, I think. And therefore, you would write things in these telegraphies. I like it. All right, this is looking like it is going to be that, well, freed. Oh, maybe it's just anagram of freed at the beginning, and then Pierce begins with an L. I can think of lance. Is there such a thing as fer de lance? Let me pause and look that up. Yes, it is a, type of snake. I think it's type of viper. Fer de lance. So that's good that even without knowing that, I could work it out from the wordplay. Now pick up one teacher. So it's definitely not going to be one followed by teacher. It's probably pick up and then one. If you pick something up, you might sense it. And then one, you get a sensei, which is a teacher. I don't think I added anything here, but fish oil, Fiche. No, still not seeing it. And now our tip reduced by a third. Crikey. Can I think of another word for crikey beginning with S something E? No, I cannot. This one now, we do have. Ooh, I'm thinking it's something degrees. Degrees would fit, but there must be other words. Around start of G. Well, America seceded. No, not seeing it. Where were we in the Downs? Okay, unclear. That king covered in times. Oh. So I think it might mean unclear. And we're going to have king, which could be K or ER, covered in something for times. Huh. Yeah, I should be able to let me pause and rehydrate and think of a word for unclear that ends A something Y. Well, I had to resort to a thesaurus to see other words for unclear, and I saw bleary, and the king is Lear actually, so it's not the usual abbreviations, it's an actual king. And times in this case is in the arithmetic sense. Something by something is the same as something times something. All right. Now our a singing brother, buy hotel, drowning in expenses, in fancy area. Still not seeing. Oh, wait a minute, I do. A fancy area is actually a specific fancy area in the United States. And I did mention Don and Phil Everly. Well, it is actually the Everleys appear in there, and it is Beverly Hills. So the expenses are bills. The singing brother is an Everly with hotel, H. And drowning in is just a fanciful way of saying they are appear inside of expenses. Wow. Okay. I think it is a little unfair to use that word drowning, but I got there anyway. So a queen may do this with snappy ornamentation. I'm wondering if it's cross something. No, I'm not seeing cross brush, cross crows, something. I did want it to have something to do with crabs, like the old joke, bring me a crab sandwich and make it snappy, but no, not that. All right. Yeah, still just these few. Let's, oh yeah, we're over the 31-minute mark, so I think at this stage I'm going to have maybe one go at each clue, and if I can't get it, I will reveal it. I do think this could be something like right or tight. But right something might light. Yeah, I've absolutely no idea on this. I'm not even going to guess at it. I'm going to reveal it. A night owl. Later he's active. Oh my goodness. So that's the definition. And then close to outskirts of Whitehall. Well, the outskirts of Whitehall are actually W and L. And close to is nigh to. Well, I suppose close is nigh, the end is nigh, and then to is to, and then the W and the L, of course. All right, now our bears shown up. Oh, well, of course, a famous bear would be Pooh, and backwards is a hoop, which might be used in a circus. All right, yeah, let's finish the bottom left. Tip reduced by 1/3. Crikey. I just wish I could think of that word for a tip. Now I'm going to reveal it. Sheesh. Oh, that's not what I was thinking of, but I think there is the term backsheesh that comes from Britain's colonial days, when you would give somebody a tip, some backsheesh. I think it must be then BAK to be 1/3. And crikey, sheesh. Well, sheesh is my reaction to that one. I think that's a very vague way. You really have to, I don't know. Of course, if I had the other S, maybe I might have, but no, I think that's quite a tricky one. All right, let's look at this. Oh, I am thinking it is something degrees. Is it some kind of academic degree? Yes, BS, Bachelor of Science, and more. So what? Excuse me, what? Yeah. What other academic, maybe? Let's check it. It is right. All right, let's see. how. Oh, we do have America. I think we might have seceded as well because we have two C's and the G from the start of G7. And it's nonsense. We have to anagram America seceded, I think, and then add the G. Is that right? Yeah, America is 7, seceded is 7, and then the extra G makes our 15. All right, let's try and finish this cross. Oh, how about cross dress? So it's a queen in, I suppose, a drag queen sense. Now, snappy ornamentation. I don't get the snappy ornamentation could be dress. Oh, if you're cross, you're snappy. Yes, yeah, I can, or snippy, I suppose, snappy. Let's just check it to make sure it is right. All right, just the top left now. Oh, of course, Darwin sailed on the Beagle, but if the starting letter is taken out, we're left with an eagle. Oops, I took too many out. There we go. Is that right? It is correct. All right. Now, fall of assassin that's central to Ides. Now, I'm going to reveal that one. Cascade. Okay, so a cascade is a waterfall. Assassin is one of the assassins who killed Caesar. I thought it was like Cassius or something, but yeah, I'm going to have to rely on 15 squared to decipher that one. Now, hit hard and take into custody. Oh, chop, clap. I think clap possibly. I don't think it is. Let's just give it one go. No, let's reveal it. Oh, cuff. Yes, I suppose if you cuff somebody, you can be hitting them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, well, this now with the F, the A, and the G must be fandango. Oops. So it is one dance. Nut beginning to dance. Oh, a nut is a fan. Beginning to dance is D. And then a dance without an introduction is tango without its T. Now our founder, Vinsink, vocalized after Justin finally left. Well, I can think vocalized could be sang or sung. But I don't get it at all. Let's try sang. No. All right, let's reveal it. Sink. Ooh. All right. Okay, so I think it is in sync vocalized because it sounds like it, S-I-N-K. But where is after Justin? Oh, Justin Fine, of course, is the N. Ah. Yes. Oh, and I think to founder is a verb like flounder could mean to sink. So that's the definition, but a very like archaic, obviously deliberately chosen to be confusing. We immediately think of the founder, the person who founded NSYNC. Ah, yes. So but it was all there for me. I should have got that one. All right, let's check all. Nothing else disappeared on me. Let's see what 15 squared has to say. All right, today's blog is by Menehi. Fun solve. No mention of Yank being new, so must have been there before, just maybe doesn't submit very often. Yes, a Casca is the name of one of the assassins. I did not know that. And then the central letters of the Ides, okay. The other one, let's see. Yeah, the Nin, oh, Aeneas Nin. I have heard of her as the diarist. Okay, I think I understood everything else. Oh, apparently there was a error earlier with top spot given as 7 instead of 3, 4. Yeah, I wouldn't have got it that way, I think. Yes, founder is a verb. A ship might founder or sink. All right. And then I wasn't sure about, yeah, cross is annoyed or snappy, and dress is ornamentation. Yeah, otherwise all seems fine. Oh, it was a return from Yank after a debut at the start of the year. Yeah, I have to say I liked Yank's style. Um, so I did enjoy it. Just a few I did not get. All right, well, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.